they would, well, one of them in particular, the middle child, she would throw tantrums, especially if I'm like, yo, I'll buy it for you, I'm not giving you the money. Because with her, she just wants the money so she can go and spend it on her boyfriends. That's what your boyfriend is for. Whatever. But she would just like throw a fit. What do you mean a fit? She would act like a 2-year-old who was told no. She would throw tantrums, call me all kinds of names, all kinds of bitches. Even to the point where when I was staying with, like living out on my own with a roommate, and anytime we would say no to her, she would literally take whatever was in her car and throw it at our house. We were renting. And she would cause all kinds of drama, yelling, screaming at the top of her lungs like a psychopath that she is, because she still does the same shit. She's not changed. I know that. She would throw things, like try to break things. And even my baby sister would do that too. So if I went against her, any of them, didn't agree to whatever they said, they would just tell me how I'm all kinds of fucked up, how I'm stupid, how I'm a blind bitch, I'm a dumb bitch, that I'll always be alone. That's how I knew I was toxic. Hell, even when I lost the eye. You know what one of them said? Oh, I know you'll get a boyfriend back, even with your one eye. The fuck? Really? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. I never worried about getting anybody as far as a relationship partner because of the one eye. I knew that even with the one eye, I was still beautiful. And I had already attracted my person. And the beautiful thing about my person is he's already stated. Even if I lost a limb, no matter what, my soul was beautiful. And that's what he loved the absolute most about me. He loved me for me, not because of what I look like. So it was just funny that they would say stuff like that. As far as the circus leader, I always knew it was my mom. My mom was a circus leader. She was the one that told her friends or her church friends that I was the devil. I was the devil. That was the daughter of the devil. Because of what I looked like. And that's how I knew. Like, when hearing that story from my dad, I knew right then and there that my mother absolutely detested me. She hated that I existed. And it was to the point where I asked my dad, I told my dad, I was like, look, I know that if mother had it her way, I would have been dead. I would have never been born. And I asked him, would you have allowed her to do that? Would you have allowed her to abort me? His answer made me feel loved. He said, fuck no. He would have never let her do that to me. What's sad is he allowed her to hurt me. And I get why. I do. But at the time, I didn't understand why. I get why. I know why he did it. Because he thought he was protecting me, giving me a life with a mom and a dad. But what was the point of having a mom when she didn't want to be a mom? She was never emotionally available. She provided for me. She did. She did the minimal. She tolerated me. Again, she did the minimal. I am grateful that I at least got that. What I am most grateful is that I learned how to nurture myself, and that I didn't need her to nurture me, because there were other people that would gladly take the position. So just know that if somebody is not giving you what you need in your life, again, somewhere out there exists a person that will gladly give you what you need. No strings attached. No conditions. So I never felt safe in my own home environment, because the three basic things any person needs was never really provided. Provided by maybe one parent, but not all of it was there. Those three things: unconditional love, acceptance, and security, safety. Feeling safe to be able to be accepted for who I am. Not having to be molded into the perfect child and then be told that I'm so boring. They always had me question my self-worth. What did I do today to make them mad? Did I say anything to make them mad? Why are they mad at me? What did I do now to deserve this? It got to the point where I just didn't care anymore. And then came along my uncle. There's people that will pick and feed off the weak ones. And he was one of them. I was raped and molested by that uncle at age 16. I thought I could trust him. Saw how that went. The beautiful thing about my journey with that, though, is that I sat there and I took it. I took it because it was the only way to get his ass in jail. And the reason why I took it was because I had 3 little nieces, 3 or 4 little nieces, that I noticed he started touching, like wanting to touch too. He would do to them like he would do to me. When they would sleep, he would come beside them and pretend he's just like sleeping with them or holding them. And then he touches. He'll drape his arm or your arm across your chest, and then he'll touch you that way. As if, oops, he touched your boob. I put his ass in jail. I opened my mouth. And let me tell you, a few years later, his mom passed. My grandma. She passed away in Guam. My sisters and my dad went to Guam. And let me tell you the toxic environment that was. The brothers and sisters were so pissed off that I came, that their brother couldn't. That he couldn't even go to his own mother's funeral because I put him in jail. And they begged and pleaded with my dad for me to free the uncle that molested and raped me. As if I had the power to. And what was interesting was when that happened, I talked to the detective that was in charge of my case. And she assured me that because I was 16 and that he was 30, that was statutory rape. And it doesn't matter who wants me to drop the charges. Even if I wanted to drop the charges, they weren't going to drop the charges. And I was so happy. Again, the universe had my back. So, These are some of the things I experienced. The other thing was anytime I would get mad and I'd just lock up my words and just keep myself to myself and not acknowledge anybody. Because what's the point of acknowledging or talking when my words are just going to be used against me when they don't even care to listen to my words? So I just stopped talking. They would love bomb me. What does love bomb look like? I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I love you. You should stay here. But you keep doing it over and over and over again, saying that you're going to get help. You never get help. It's pathetic. And I was pathetic too, believing them, until I stopped believing them, until I realized the pattern. The pattern repeats itself. They become insecure, they project it out on me. This includes my dad. The difference is I can forgive my dad. He's asked for my forgiveness. Never asked the other two their forgiveness, which pissed them off even more. Probably even pissed off my mom. My dad sat me in front of a table one time and told me he was sorry. And when I told my sisters that, they were so mad. He told me he was sorry for everything that he put me through. I love that he saw it. But after the divorce, he was able to see it. What was sad, though, was before he died, he didn't see it. He reverted back to the narcissistic behaviors. Can I forgive him now? Yes. It's watered under the bridge. I know he has a heart. And I also know how toxic people can sense other people like pulling away and lure them back in. Because his daughters were toxic. The other 3 daughters were toxic as fuck. And they got him again. And then he died. And before he died, I remember my sister telling me something about the advice that he gave her was to just listen. To actually just listen. Because for months before he died, I locked my words again to myself, giving him a thank you when he did something for me, and that was it. I couldn't look at him. I didn't want to. So hurt. Do I hold guilt? No. He understands why I did it. I talked to a medium. He completely understands why I did it. I don't hold no anger towards him. I don't want to. Anger solves nothing. So after my dad died, my mom immediately calls, not checking up on us, not asking how we're doing, how we're feeling, or even comforting us. She immediately wants to know where the fuck his money is for her. She wanted us to call the military and get her money. How insensitive. They were divorced. back in 1999, divorced. She goes back and changes her name back to Chrysostomo. How do I know this? Because other people have told me this. Witnesses. As far as my inheritance, I know there's more. I know there is. More than what I got. Because again, that medium told me there's more. That it's being hidden from me. The universe will always reveal what's hidden. And in due time, karma will take over. Especially after November 4th. Karma will take over. What is mine will rightfully be so. That is something my dad secured for me because he witnessed how I was being treated by my mother and my sisters. So, that's what I have for today. I love you guys, and I'm not trying to love bomb you. How I'm showing my love is by telling these stories. Because I hope somebody's listening. I hope to help free you from those cords that keep you down when you were meant to fly. So, thank you again for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day today. I hope you find peace within yourself and love for yourself. Thank you.